everyone.
Welcome back to my channel, and I'm here with my beautiful friend Sam.
My name is Sam. I've been an 18 since 2021 when I was a What Era 18, and Katerz and I have known each other since 2021, and we've been to a lot of concerts and a lot of events and a lot of fun stuff together, and so it's about time we do a fun project like this. I'm excited.
We're gonna kind of like break down different MVs of like, you know, SB19 MVs or the Wands MVs or even, you know, the new girl group, so Nara's MVs, and, you know, mentioning articles and interviews, so I'm gonna be really excited. I feel like we're like reporters.
I know, right? Like, he's like go in depth. It's like 60 minutes, like P-pop edition. So today we want to break down one of their earlier music videos. It's actually still to this day one of my favorites. But we want to break down a little bit about Bazinga MV for our first episode. I think it's going to be amazing.
Almost like an SB19 replay, because we're just like going deep in depth and breaking down the video.
So do you remember when Bazinga first came out, Katerz?
I don't.
I think this one was summer or fall of 2020, but I know it was way after what came out. And I remember like the teaser coming out, and it was the two-man teasers where each member had a photo with another member. And I just remember this one. I think everybody freaked out a little when this one came out because we'd never really seen them like this before.
Their outfits clearly like on fire, especially, you know, the scene I'm talking about with like them kind of looking like they're like in like a fighting arena, or like a lot of people say it's like a circus kind of background, you know. It says right here, Sam, that was officially released on October 29th of 2021.
It was fall. Oh, that's right. I think it was for the anniversary-ish. They kind of did it as an anniversary release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is pretty close, yeah.
I remember when the song came out, everybody was Team Mana or Team Bazinga.
Oh.
Which one were you?
Yeah, oh my gosh. What team was I? I think I might have been... I'm pretty sure I probably tweeted it, but I think it might have been Bazinga.
I think I was Team Mana.
I do remember tweeting about it. I do remember seeing those tweets on Twitter too.
I know I was Team Mana because I remember people were consistently surprised that I was Team Mana because Bazinga was in English. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, like, I love Bazinga. Or I love Mana. Excuse me, I love Mana. So,
you guys, let's get straight on to the MV. So,
gotta give us a few minutes to get into our chaos mode, that's all.
I love the video game scene.
Oh, I know. I actually have a 2D string in that part.
Yeah.
I think the cage scenes are my favorite. And like the command center.
Oh yeah. Pablo and Spike.
Dusty, remember?
I think he still has it, doesn't he?
He traded it for a new one because I don't think it's the same one that's in the Concentrate trailer.
This is my legacy. How you gonna get to me when I get the almighty with me? The baby day, Bobby day. Every day I think the load gets heavy. Throw it away, the world and low times.
I tried to zoom in on the paper, but I can't figure out what's written on.
Oh, I think I do. I think I have a note for that. I love this. Besides the beginning, like this, I like this scene too. Like the red outfits. I like their I don't know what's on their face, but it looks cool.
Oh yeah, the clothes.
I love it when they did that at concerts, like.
Oh, I know.
Look at you, pick a bow. I'ma beat you even if it didn't learn kung fu. 1-2 punch. You're lucky cause they overdid it, had to say that too. Not a mob, just a psycho. low, I'ma keep it low. Cause you know that I am the one that they get to double low. Let me get the strings, just got a few more words to say. Defibrillator to your engine, I'm going out to say clear.
Bakit ba ilig umamuna? Wasagin ka sa tenga pag nagbara.
I thought Ken was gonna like go at it at the scene when I first watched it, I feel like, because with that bat in his hand.
Had a baseball fan. Do you remember this was really the first time we saw Josh like fully shirtless in anything?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
They're just like freaking out, like. And you know, I used to like, I don't remember what those games were called, but they used to have games like similar, because you know in their lyric video, it's like them playing that game.
Mm-hmm.
And there used to be a game very similar to that art style. I can't remember what it was, but I know my brother used to play it. I used to watch him play it.
I think it's Street Fighter.
Is it?
I think it's like the old Street Fighter, like PS1, Nintendo. Like, this is always kind of like, music videos always reminded me of like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, like kind of vibes. So,
but I kind of like how, you know, they're literally there in that room playing this game, and it literally is the same game as the lyric video.
And like, I think it's cool that they're like shifting between game worlds. So it's almost like they're playing different video games. I know in the behind the scenes, Josh kind of comments on like moving between worlds, and they're trying to create that illusion of shifting between worlds.
I know, like, within all of their MVs, there's been like theory and speculation about kind of like their MVs being like in a connected or like a parallel universe kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like a deeper dive.
It is, yeah. It would be cool to do like a how are they interconnected someday. That would be a cool one. So I actually have a cute Easter egg for you. Okay. I noticed this one and I knew you'd like it. Have you ever noticed? I have it circled.
Oh,
they're playing Switch. Is like the Bazinga game is on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
and, it is definitely Justin's Nintendo Switch.
Oh, for sure, it's Justin's Nintendo. Who else loves Pokemon besides me? Like, of course, it's a Pikachu, and he's in. So you can see the Pikachu, and then he has like the controller that's yellow. Pikachu. Mm-hmm. What room was this filmed in? Do we know? Like, what room specifically?
We don't know. No. Like, what if it's like at Justin's house?
Also, talking about this scene, you know, when Josh opens up the refrigerator, the mini fridge, he pulls out Pepsi. This is Pepsi sponsored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are they still with Pepsi?
Yeah. Are they?
I haven't seen them do any Pepsi content for a minute.
But at the time, this was for Pepsi.
Yeah, at the time, they were definitely still working with Pepsi. Josh's outfit is familiar. Has he worn that somewhere else?
Which one? The red one? Or?
In this scene, he's in like the jacket.
Let me see here.
I think it's familiar because it almost reminds me of the jacket that Stell wears in Freedom. I think that's what it reminds me of. I don't think it's the same jacket though.
Kind of does look a lot like it. It's either the same jacket or very similar because it has like the bright colorings on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it really does look like the one he wore in Freedom.
Yeah. Like, yeah, something about it is super familiar. Like, now I feel like I have to look it up.
But I also wouldn't doubt it's like they, you know, shared jackets, you know.
Yeah, they used to share clothes a lot. In fact, even in this era, I think they were still sharing clothes quite a bit.
Yeah. I think it's like the different spots on it and like the bright yellow and the other color.
Yeah, Stell's is brighter and it's got bigger blocks of color than Josh's here.
Kind of going off by that first scene, you know, with them playing the video game, I kind of want to go into like their like lyric video. There's this one, you know, the character who's fighting the clown or like fighting all the objects in their lyric video. If you look very closely, I don't know if you know this, Sam. Do you know that there's a certain characteristic or something on the person that is supposed to like symbolize a certain number?
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
So you have like, you know, I don't know if it's a shirt or if he has like a necklace of a corn on.
Is it a necktie?
Is it a necktie? Which would make sense. Justin likes wearing his neckties at concerts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's supposed to represent Justin. Then you have Pablo's iconic blonde and brown hair.
So because he had the Oreo hair at the time.
Yeah. He's done a lot of different variations with blonde and brown hair. Then you have the strawberry tattoo, obviously Stell.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the chicken, what is it called on a chicken? The
crest?
Crest?
Crest? Maybe.
The chicken,
I just called it this.
I'll post a picture of a chicken and it'll make sense.
Then
you have on the pants, you have the barbecue, the BBQ on his pants.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cute because, you know, it's kind of like they're fighting as like one team, one person, and to like, you know, face their goal, you know. And this is basically like their like an anthem song against their haters. So
honestly, like, I think when you look deep at where SB19 was at this time, like, we remember, like, Bazinga was really their first diss track. They've done a few since, but it was really their first clap back, like, moment like that. And, like, this was right after which was really the first time they really changed their sound. And, like, I think we know that Pablo has spoken in the past a lot about how he created music back then, especially where he would kind of go to the members, see what they needed to say, what needed to be said. And I think when you, like, Bazinga is angry. It is actually a very angry song. And I think that it was sort of Pablo's way of giving a voice to the members who didn't have one yet when it came to the Bashers. Because I remember, I don't know if you remember, like, it was a little before my time in the fandom, but I definitely heard about it a lot. When Stell and Pablo got bashed by an actual 18.
yeah,
Really implying they were not pretty enough to be in a boy band.
they still get bashed by certain like, even like, you know, and this is the sad thing, like, because, you know, we should be all one community, we should be all, you know, one fandom, and, you know, Mahalima, you should love all the members. I get it, like, we're biased, we have a bias in the group, but, you know, we should love them all equally. And, you know, but then you have those moments, even recently with Stell telling them to delete that comment, and there was another person who went after Stell even, and, you know, of people who say they're 18, but then they bash a certain member, like, really bad.
Yeah, I think, you know, unfortunately, I think at some point we forgot the meaning of the word bias. Because even just like if you take it in the English language, to be biased, it doesn't necessarily mean that you dislike anything else. It just means that that person just draws you in. And I think for you and I especially, like, we really take that to heart. Bias, like, yes, I'm Josh biased. Like, yes, you're Justin biased. But that doesn't mean that I love the others any less. It's just when they come out on stage, the one who instantly grabs my attention is consistently Josh. And then I look around at all the others. And then I'm even willing to admit there are certain songs where I'm not watching Josh. Like in Mana, I'm almost always watching Justin because Justin is so shocking in Mana. His facial expressions are like everything in some of their performances. So... But yeah, I think we've lost sight of that somewhere along the lines. That it's just a slight preference. It's not a be all end all sort of expression. But you know, I know back when that happened originally, I know Stell responded with something like, you know, I'm sorry, but I'm really talented. And I think that was a reflection of Stell not knowing how to respond to bashers yet. Pablo was the one who came out and did that very long, very famous tweet about how I'm not your idol in response. And so I think in some ways, I think Bazinga was Pablo's act as a leader, giving a voice to the members to say, this is how we clap back at the people who want to hurt us.
Well, they're not afraid to speak up now. Like, they will literally call someone out on Twitter saying, hey, this ain't cool. Like, you know, like, and the one he recently, like, messaged someone said, you need to delete this. That was, they were still biased. And imagine, you know, your bias saying that, hey, you're being toxic to you on Twitter.
Can you imagine? I know Pablo's done that a couple times. I know Josh has done that a couple times.
Yeah. And if your bias is, you know, telling you to stop, I don't know. I think you really need to reflect and stop and think, like, what am I doing? Like, my bias is not okay with it. Why am I doing this? Like, why can't we just, like, love all the members? But that's a big thing, not even with just Bazinga, with the other songs.
Yeah. And I think, you know, Bazinga it's clapping back at moments like that. And then I think as we go forward, as we talk about more scenes, we'll also see how I think Bazinga is also clapping back at a musical community. That's not the right word. Musical community that has not yet accepted them as well at that point. So yeah, I'm excited to keep talking about the Upbeat. It's gonna be fun.
My last thing about the lyric video. They're like attacking all these objects before they get to the clown. Each object actually says something on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's wording on each one. And if you don't really look close enough, you kind of miss it.
Yeah.
And
I didn't rewatch the lyric video before this. I'm trying to remember what they said, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember.
And I took screenshots, and one of them's like, you know, and this is stuff they probably heard back then, and probably even now from certain people, where one says, yuck, you know, feeling K-pop, like they're thinking like, oh, well, they're just K-pop. They're just our version of K-pop, you know, this or that. Mm-hmm. But, you know, they're bringing, Filipino music to the world. You know, this ain't K-pop. This is, you know, this is their music. This is Filipino music. This is OPM. This is P-pop. You know,
to me, like, that's such a throwback. Like, and if you know, like, you can see all the references back to that, like, awful interview all those years ago, back in 2019.
Then you have, like, Fake, Worthless, and some other ones, but it just overall shows that, you know, they had to endure this. They had to listen to this. And it's kind of like what I said with my podcast with Issa, that even Josh is very outspoken about being like, well, you know what, if you're just going to say this stuff, it just fuels us to clap back and come stronger.
Yeah, I think so, for sure. In fact, I think one of those that comes up in Tagalog is, I cannot remember the word right now, but I think it's the Tagalog word for ugly. I don't remember either, honestly. But
well, there's one that says, like, if you translate it to English, saying you're not Filipino, even.
Yeah, I think it speaks to how much that verbiage really did hurt. Like, being told that they were trying to do this whole thing for their country, and then people saying that they're just wannabes, they're copycats, they're, you know, they're not Filipino enough.
Makes me so mad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have done so much, and, you know, they're also genuine, and, you know, they really make music that, you know, connects with everyone, and, you know, they have spread their, like, so many people know about them throughout the whole world.
After they leave they enter the video game world, we have the first scene, and there's a lot to unpack in it. The first scene is I call it usually like the control room or the war room.
Oh, yeah.
I call it the war room. So,
and they also, like, if you watch the behind the scenes video, they say, like, oh, we're superheroes, you know, they're
the superhero scenes. Yeah. It's funny because I remember they also once described Mana. The reason they love doing the Mana choreos because they feel like they're superheroes in that too.
They kept the original choreography with a different choreography.
Yeah,
that
they go do the
yeah.
We jump into the choreo in this scene.
Then you have the clock. If you look very closely, and I feel like a lot of people do know about this one, but the green clock that kind of glows up, it says, you know, basically, if you read the clock, October 26, 2018, that's the day of their debut.
Yeah, that was the clock came out.
Basically, their birth, like when it all started.
There's two big dates that come up, I believe, right? Yeah, there's two dates that come up throughout the music video, and that's the first one. So some of the other things that I noticed here, and this one is really cool, and it was referenced in other places, and I think it just kind of, it ties again into how they're putting an effort into repping their culture here to kind of clap back at that idea that they're not Filipino enough or that they're copycats. They have a couple moments where they go top down on the war room table, and you can see the clock there that will later read the 10:26:18. But right under it, there is a map. Yeah, and this map is actually a map of the Philippines. And it's I'm probably going to butcher this, but it is the Murillo Bayarde 1734 map. So I did a bit of a deep dive here for us. Okay, I actually found a clip too of Josh talking about the map.
No, inorganize tayo. Most of our relatives, wasak talaga at ninakaw. So ito yung isa sa mga loot ang paganda ng Pilipinas kasi nga winasak tayo ng yung mga Japanese, yung mga Spaniards. Kumbaga, hindi na natin masyado na preserve kung anong meron tayo originally. Kumbaga, buti nga may Intramuros pa, meron pang Luneta Park, pero nakakalungkot na nakalimutan natin ang karamihan kung sino talaga tayo. Kaya medyo magugulat ka up until now. Parang gulong-gulo tayo kung ano talaga yung kultura ng Pilipino at ano yung main language na ginagamit natin. Kasi medyo dahil colonial territory tayo, parang hirap tayo na for the past years ang pinag-aaralan natin English, Spanish, Japanese. Ngayon tuloy, hybrid tayo. Kaya masasabi natin, unique ang pagiging Pilipino. Isang kaalaman mula sa Diyos.
So I kind of did a deep dive into this map because this map doesn't just appear in the Bazinga music video. This map also appears at the ending of What? And then it's kind of subtly in the background of Mappa. It's not obvious in Mappa, but it's really obvious in What? And so this map was originally drawn in the year 1734. It was a Spanish cartographer and then a couple of Filipino artists. And so apparently back then, the way they made maps was they made this like thing that you could make a copy of the map from this like, to me it sounds like it's basically like we would think of like a stamp, but like you kind of like, you put the paper over it and you like trace it.
Yeah.
And so they made it and then it was taken from the Philippines prior to colonization. And there are only 5 copies from the original tracing thingy. I don't know how this works. I'm not a cartographer. It was recently, only in the year 2016, did the Philippines finally get a copy of that original copy of this map back. So they call it like the mother of all Philippines maps. And it's very closely tied to their identity and their culture. So I feel like them putting this on the table in this scene is very much saying like, we're here, we're Filipino, this is our identity, and all the music we make is a part of our identity as Filipinos, no matter what language it's in.
And they're breaking barriers.
They are. I mean, Bazinga itself broke a lot of very impressive barriers. I mean, they were top of the Billboard chart. Yeah, and this was in a time when, their music wasn't really topping billboards at the time. Like we're seeing a little bit more now with some of those global charts, but back then, no.
They've grown through much. Even their fandom has grown so much, and but that's the sad part. The more you grow, the more haters you get too.
I really love this scene. This is one of my, okay, I can't even pick a favorite part of this MV. Like I love every scene in this MV.
We're also not really sure about the clocks, the 2 big clocks in that scene.
Yes.
I tried looking on Twitter and some other places, and a lot of people, I could only find tweets of people saying, like, what does this mean? Like, obviously it means something. So if anyone knows what the 2 big clocks mean, do let us know.
The one in the front is definitely at 3:35 is the time on that one. The one in the back, you can't see the minute. You can't see the hour hands. We don't know what hour it is. It's upside down. I'm like trying to read the clock, and I'm like, there's also, and I am going to claim this as an Easter egg. Look in the background. I don't have it circled for you, but look in the background by Josh's head on the shelf. What do you see?
I can't zoom in. I can't see it.
Caution tape.
Caution tape? Oh, yeah.
I am claiming this as a Easter egg for the upcoming Pog to Tog era.
I could see that doing that too. Or like even now they could have shown us something for the next, era, and we didn't know.
Never know. Because we know that they said very early on that it was always a trilogy. So we know that they knew that Pog to Tog and Simulakas were coming.
Yep.
So, and now that I have my eyes on it, I wonder if there is somewhere in here some kind of teaser for Simulakas.
Oh yeah, for sure. I bet you there is. They bring so many different Easter eggs from their music videos from ages ago into their new stuff too, even now.
Was Justin involved in the creative direction for this one?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. I'd have to look back at their credits because they do credit.
He was doing a lot of creative direction at this time, so whether he's credited or not, I'm sure he was involved.
Yeah.
Because he also did the concert, the Back in the Zone concert, which was around this time. In fact, that was their first performance of Bazinga, was at the Back in the Zone concert. After this, we transition into the I go the cage fighter scene is what I call it. I don't know what else to call it.
Well, right here it says the scene kind of represents struggling to not be affected by haters, wanted to get out of the cage that was keeping them in achieving success.
Oh, the cage scenes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And I think if we kind of lean into this idea of them being called K-pop wannabes so much, maybe the cage is also sort of the cage that everybody, even their fans and their own community, are trying to put them in too.
Mm-hmm. Just like a small box.
Yeah, this box is OPM. This box is what it means to be a Filipino artist.
Oh, they're this. Oh, they're that. When they break down that wall and they show everyone, no, we're so much more.
Yeah, we're bigger than this. And Josh even said it. He's like, this is our legacy. And it really has become looking back now, knowing what we know now, being willing to break out of what it means to be an artist in the Philippines has really become their legacy. And they've managed to, directly pass on that legacy now to Zanara, but they've also been able to sort of pass that legacy through other K-pop groups. We see, so many K-pop groups have come up and sort of challenged and created their own sound and evolved over time. And I think it's been really fun to watch what SB19's legacy on that community has been.
But SB19 are really big role models, and they continue to be really big role models. And I feel like everything they do has a meaning. They're doing great. I'm proud of them.
I am too, honestly.
They even started their own company, this and that. So they're doing great, and they're going to continue doing great things. And who knows, maybe someday they'll start a boy group someday in the future. But
I know they auditioned for both genders.
Yeah.
So maybe they're planning to do a mixed group.
Maybe.
That would be pretty cool. That would be a first for K-pop.
Oh, yeah. But, talking about this scene with Pablo, this was in their behind the scenes, and Pablo says, I want you all to meet my bike, who you can always count on even though he's dusty, and that's the name of the bike. I feel like he's making he's making a really funny joke, but it kind of reminds me of Justin when he makes his jokes.
Yes.
Do you know what happened? I waded Dusty through the waterfalls. It stopped 4 times. I thought motorbikes could also be boats. I just think it's so funny. I like watching their behind the scenes. So if you guys have not seen their behind the scenes for their different MVs, definitely go watch because they're really fun and chaotic.
Yes, so. That one in particular, because we both watched it to kind of, see what they say about the MV and more about their experience filming it. And really what I walked away from it with was they are just really big kids. They're ridiculous.
Yeah, and honestly, since we've been fans for 5-6 years now, we've grown up with them. We watched them grow up too. I'm we're around their ages almost, and like we've grown with them. They've changed us even, you know, I know they chased me in better ways, like, so it's really, you know, a great thing, and I'm excited to see them grow even more too.
Yeah, I think, you know, 18 have a culture of sort of like learning at the feet of SB19. Like they teach us to be better fans. And, you know, it's a cultural thing that I'd really like to see, you know, reinforced into our fandom again. As fandoms grow, of course, like it's just fandoms change as they grow, I think, you know, and we are getting bigger than I think any of us even know. So I do know one thing in the MV that's really interesting is that in the transition between that scene, which is right after Josh's verse, and into where I think Justin's going into the pre-chorus there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They do kind of, Josh talks about how they're trying to kind of transition between worlds. There's like 4 worlds in this music video, which is kind of wild. Because we have the living room, which is, I assume, the real boys playing the video game. We have the sort of war room command center. We have the cage fighting. And then we have the part we haven't gotten to yet, which I would call like Mortal Kombat part. I don't know why. Reminds me of Mortal Kombat. So we know that they kind of do this intentional like transition between worlds, and then they're kind of back into the war room area again.
It's just like, again, all the different parallel worlds that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's funny because during like the behind the scenes, Justin kind of mentions like certain parts within the graffiti is kind of like Easter eggs as well.
Yeah, I think it's kind of funny too.
Because their staff asked them, like, so what do you want? Like, what's your vision? What do you guys want us to do with this? And so Justin says right here, so I told them elements from our song in the album, just like our song Mapa,
Maybe a map,
maybe
like,
compass map. And they actually put it. He's like, they actually listened. So if you look at this photo, you can kind of see like he showed compass. It's like in the blue, white, and black kind of graffiti right there. And even Stell's like, well, at least they're able to follow instructions.
Because I think what's really funny about it is when he said like maybe a map, maybe a compass, he meant for them to like do an illustration of a map and an illustration of a compass, and they just wrote the word compass.
I just wrote it. There's like too much.
I wonder if you look close enough if there's words like clown in there or like flag in there.
I bet if you really like zoomed in, took a lot of screenshots, you could find so much more in there.
I know in the main background they have their logo, the SB.
Mm-hmm.
I know they have like, it says SB19. I know it says Bazinga in the background there as well. And that's on the door that slides shut.
So also in this scene, we also have, you know, them throwing a bunch of papers. All the members are in the back and Justin's up front. The members behind Justin, it says right here, they start throwing the papers. It could be symbolizing all the negative comments they're receiving, so they're looking at it and they're throwing it. You're seeing those comments, you know, it makes you angry, you know, you just want to get rid of them. Just get rid of them.
It kind of goes with the line, it's like the throw it away, the world unloads on hostility. I find it interesting they actually choose the word hostility. Because we know Pablo doesn't make lyric choices by accident. Mm-hmm. And like hostility is such a strong word for like what a basher does. Because it's not negativity, it's not bashing, it's hostility. Like it's not just like these are comments meant to hurt them. And I think, you know, that's such a strong word to choose in that moment, like hostility. I think we don't realize how much that hurt them until we look closer.
Well, you kind of have to like look at yourselves. Sometimes we tend to play it off as they don't, but like words can really hurt someone, and some people don't realize that. And like I don't know. I don't think people are like very like self-conscious when they say certain stuff. Don't say stuff to like group. If you don't like someone, then just don't say anything at all. Why do you have to bring other people down?
I think there was so much toxicity around their early years, and a lot of it has only come out over time. How much negativity there really was.
There's a scene where like you can see Pablo, and behind it you see like really big letters, an S and a B.
What's the word next to it?
Mana? I think I see Mana in there.
Okay. Oh, it's a crown. I see it. Okay. I thought it was an M. I was like, oh, it's a crown right above the SB King Pop.
Is Mana right above it? Or no?
Mana's right below the 19. I see Mana.
Yeah. And then the scene kind of goes off into like coordinates almost. It looks like coordinates.
Mm-hmm. That's such a great Easter egg, the coordinates.
Oh my god, yeah, because this is supposed to symbolize their song Go Up when it went viral. Yeah. And that's when the girl who blew up their video on Twitter, right?
Lyra, yeah.
Yeah, Lyra, and I'll kind of post her, I bet you I can find her tweet and post it here. But like, it blew up, you guys. And like, they started trending so hard, and people are like, who are they? And it was massive.
That is so something that I feel like doesn't get talked about enough anymore. Like, I feel like if you were like a new 18, you might not even know this story. Like, so like, they were about to disband. Like, they were seriously talking about if Go Up didn't get any traction, they were going to call it. And they were going to go their separate ways. And they posted their dance practice, and Lyra, with the tweet we've got up, she just posted, hey, check out this group, they're not cringe at all, which I think was funny. And her tweet blew up, and in response, so did that dance practice video, and so did the music video for Go Up. And we'll do a video someday in the future about Go Up because it's so nostalgic and so, I think, special to both of us. But I think they went from 50,000 views to 1 million overnight.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And so, you know, that, like, it feels like through this, they're kind of tracking the important moments in their history. So you see the day they debuted, and then you see 9/2/2019. And I think it's just so cool how they put so much importance on that date. It's not the date Go Up went out, released.
That's the day they went viral.
It's the day it went viral. So, like, kind of giving a nod to that, I think was so cool.
I kind of believe like everything happens for a reason. So they were looking for a sign, and this was the sign. Yeah. That the universe was telling them like, okay, this is not over, you guys. Let's keep on pushing through.
And then of course they break through the paper, which is super cool. It had a small hole in it, and they broke through, and then they kicked their way through. And then we go into like probably the most iconic part of the whole music video is the red. I call it Mortal Kombat theme.
I love their outfits here.
I love them. And of course, we have to talk about how Josh ended up in his outfit, because they do talk about that in the behind the scenes. So apparently, at the time, Josh had never appeared on stage or in a music video at this point, like actually shirtless. Like, he had open shirts, he had lifted his shirt at concerts a lot. He had never appeared quite like this. And apparently he had a whole outfit. Like, he was supposed to be like whole, like everybody else. And at the last minute, he was like, you know, there's not a lot to this outfit I'm wearing. I'm basically shirtless, so let's just go for it. He said it was because he really, you know, he'd been working hard this whole time, and he never gotten a chance to showcase that hard work. And this is actually something I've been thinking about for a minute. In 2020, I think it was, he won Sexiest Man in the Philippines. Right? He was, the fans voted him in, basically, like, they kind of power voted until he got it. It's actually the last time they ran that poll, too. They've never run it since. So technically, he is still the sexiest man in the Philippines.
He will forever.
Yes, he is forever the sexiest man in the Philippines.
Yes.
Well, apparently, and I don't know where he said this. I've never really deep dived to find out, but he said afterwards that he felt like, even though the fans gave it to him, he felt like he didn't deserve it. He didn't think that he was actually the sexiest man in the Philippines. But then I feel like at some point after that, once he kind of collected his thoughts, he kind of went like, hold my drink, and said, let's see what I can do. And I think like this is the result of that vote. I feel like this kind of, over the years, we've really seen Josh evolve into really claiming that title of being a sex symbol, essentially. So I feel like this was that moment where he finally kind of like something switched, and he said, I've been doing this, it's time to show what I've been up to. He was supposed to have a couple accessories apparently that never manifested. He was supposed to have a little bit more to his outfit.
Well,
go ahead.
I feel like they've all had to, I think it's scary at first, you know, they all had to be like one day be like, you know, it's okay to be me and like kind of like, you know, grow more into who they want to be as individuals too.
Yeah,
So
I think we've seen a lot of members go through a transition in the last 5 years. You know, we've seen Stell really become more confident in himself, you know.
yeah.
We've seen Justin sort of like shift into becoming who he really is. I feel like that soft side from his solos is really representative of that.
I feel Justin really has like been able to like show off his hobbies, not be afraid of like who he is and what he likes. And
And I feel like ironically, as we've watched Josh step up into that role as like the sex symbol of the group, we've actually sort of seen Ken withdraw from that role a little bit. I feel like maybe Ken early on, he sort of took that role because he felt like it was where he was supposed to be. And, you know, I could be way off base here, but I feel like we've seen Ken kind of withdraw from the sex symbol more into the like Anat's kind of like bad boy. Like he's kept the bad boy, but he, you know, he's a little more understated now.
yeah, Ken, like, I love Ken so much. Like, he has this, like, bad boy kind of look to him, but, you know, he's very, like, Ken's also such a sweet person. Such a sweet person. He's so nice. But, you know, he has this mysterious bad boy vibe about him.
Yeah.
And his music is hardcore good.
Yes. He's become more, like, untouchable kind of cool.
I think he's just, like, a very chill person. Like, it's just his personality. He's just very laid back. A chill person. And, you know, some people can perceive that a different way. That's just who he is. He's such a great person. It just, you know, he's just more laid back. So
yeah. So the first time I remember seeing this scene, and like as we were like getting ready for this this episode, I kept looking at this scene and like I cannot place what the background reminds me of. But it does remind me of something.
It's a circus.
That's what I was thinking too. It reminds me of like a big top, yeah.
And it kind of circles back into like the game. You know, the lyric video. It's a circus. They're in their final battle uniform.
Yeah.
You know, they're ready to fight. Like they entered the game themselves.
Have you ever noticed it's also not a flat room they're in? They're on a stage.
Yes.
They're on a stage, and it's kind of like, to me, it's saying like, we're going to fight this fight from this stage. That's how we're going to prove ourselves, is with our talent. Also, I noticed this. It's dark, this room. Have you ever noticed the banners, like the kind of the big top kind of effect? They're red and blue. And then the light coming in is yellow.
Well, the light that glows on Ken is blue, though.
Yes, but red, blue, and yellow, those are the colors of the Philippine flag. Yeah. So, like, I think they're kind of consciously repping the Philippines all throughout this video, which I think is so cool because I think it would be easy to look at this video and be like, oh, it's in English. They're not trying to rep their Filipino roots here.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like, what I love about music videos, you really need to, like, after you watch it, like, stop and really look at each scene. You know, because there's so much things that you miss. You know, going back to like Ken in that scene, like where it gets even darker for Ken.
It does.
You know, he's holding the baseball bat and like he's ready to defend himself from bashers.
Yeah, and like honestly, his part is probably one of the most it's so iconic. Because it took a minute before we got a translation of that part in Bazinga, because the lyric video did not have the English subs originally. It wasn't until we got this music video that we got the subs for Ken's part. And I love that his and I don't have it pulled up quote it directly, but I know it's this like your bashing, your hate is so loud, like it hurts my ears, shut up. And then at the end he's like, all of this extraordinary success, oops, so sorry. It's kind of like they're saying like, oh, you kept bashing us, but look at all this success we're having. Oh, sorry, did I say that part out loud? Or it's like, I'm sorry that like you didn't manage to take us down.
That no matter what, nothing can knock them down.
Exactly.
You know, like the mindset and everything. And I truly loved I truly love Ken's deep voice and Stell's very high voice. Like they, you know, each member really compliments each other.
And I think it ties us back around to the fact that the Pagsibal album EP and including Bazinga, is really the first time that Pablo had that level of creative freedom where you see every person's part was written for them. Like Ken's is perfect. Like everybody's part is perfect for their voices and perfect for their style. And so like that, pulling Ken into the deepest of his low voice and then shooting over to, Stell in the highest Stell can go. And then even Justin at the time, Justin was not known for those high notes, and the way he was able to run those high notes with Stell was incredible. And then of course later on we saw the switch part during the Simulapa Cost tour and got to see, different.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that too. Like they all switch parts.
I live for the switch part. Of course I do though, because Josh running the high notes with Ken is just iconic. And then Justin doing Josh's rap part is like, I love to see Justin and Stell rap because we just don't see it very much.
There's a solo rap to listen to. Like, it's a clown place. It's a circus where you see clowns, and it's kind of like what it says here. They dominate clown territory. They'll never lose. They'll keep fighting the haters.
Something interesting I noticed here, and I wish I had somebody to kind of confirm it, is if you look at their outfits, right? And of course I would notice this. I'm Josh Buzz. But they all have the wraps on, right? Like the wraps on arms and stuff. Everybody's are smaller, like they're thinner, and they're tied in places. So those are almost like it's just like a wrap. Josh's doesn't tie, and his is a lot thicker. I actually feel like his might be.
Okay, I see it.
I think his might be kinetic tape. So I had knee surgery a few years ago, and when I was in recovery, they would have to use kinetic tape on my knee a lot. You use it when you have an injury, usually, or if you're like an athlete that's trying to hold it in place. Did Josh have a bad shoulder injury at one
He did. Yep. I think he used to get. Was it him who used to get shots, or was it Ken too?
No, it was
Josh.
So from what I've heard, all rumor. I don't know if maybe he said it during a live stream or something at one point. He had a rotator injury. And you actually see him multiple times, like he'll grab his shoulder. I think he's probably had surgery on it now, to be honest. But in fact, there was that time he accidentally got injured by a fan on that bad arm. But I wonder if some of his kinetic tape is real. I wonder if he's actually stabilizing it.
Yeah, I just hope his arm is fully better now. He doesn't have any issues with it.
Oh my gosh, same, because the injury I had to my knee was actually very similar to a rotator cuff tear. And I can tell you it hurts, and you go through a lot of rehab for those kinds of injuries. I had to learn to walk again, basically, on my knee. So.
It's so sad. I hate to see them in pain and everything. The ISO stands for International Organization for Standardization. It symbolizes the SB19 will pursue world domination. World domination, them spreading, their music all across the world, and I think that's a really cool thing.
I think that's also the map again in the back.
Yeah, I think it is.
Like it. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of put onto a globe, but that symbol where it says South Pacific looks crazy familiar.
The globe is another symbol for MAPPA.
True. This was after the MAPPA lyric video had come out. It's definitely an old globe they have on there. It's not the same map. Now that I'm seeing the second image, it's not. But it's definitely an old map still.
Yeah. Very antique looking. Yeah.
I know there's also a map in the background of Bazinga in that same first scene where we were looking at the Murillo Vallarde map. There's also a map of North America in the background.
Interesting.
But this was way before the first tour. The first tour wasn't until 2022.
Honestly, I could totally see them planning stuff from way. They probably had plans. They probably had stuff a direction they wanted to go. So we never know really.
It's true.
I know there's also a clock where a blue clock where it has 1819, which refers to 18 and SB19.
I know, it's so iconic. I actually have a sticker of that. Somebody made a sticker. I got it like a freebie. Yeah, I got it. So when I was in the Philippines, and I went to the PPOP.com. Not PPOP.con, because that was when PPOP.con got canceled. But I went to the thing, and there was like a ton of freebies. And so I actually have like a little sticker that says B1819. I love it. It's so iconic.
Oh, I like that. Shame
Yeah.
you didn't get me one. I'm just kidding.
I'm terrible.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Don't
Well, that's really cool.
Her and I are going to go to the Philippines one of these days.
Kind of like the final scene where, like, there's, they're kind of entering a door, and like there's lots of like fire, and it could mean like they're ready to face their next challenge even.
Yeah. And of course it's it's referencing back to the like you're hated like gasoline, fueling the fire, and they're all shielding their eyes, be like, bye.
We'll go straight in the fire head on.
Exactly. And then of course they withdraw back to the main game world, and we get the SB19 wins.
Was it KOKO?
Yep,
SB19 wins.
I remember it's funny because when this first came out, like I think somebody asked them like who the girl's voice in Bazinga is. And Stella was like, "That's me." And of course it's Stella who does the KO at the end. You can tell that's
I love that.
Which is definitely a reference back to the like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, because that would I think did you ever play Mortal Kombat, like the old ones?
No,
I did. We're both gamers, so
I play Skyrim.
Right, like we love Elder Scrolls RPGs, but yeah, back to Mortal Kombat, when you would win, it would get KO, and it would come on screen just like that. So it's definitely a reference to Mortal Kombat. So much in this music video. That's why I love that it was our first pick for one to analyze, because there's so much in it.
And I do know like there's one other scene from the behind the scenes where Pablo talk about the costumes. Pablo says, "When I saw my costume, it resembled Hawkeye from Avengers. When you see Natasha, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, they also have a motorbike." So kind of like, the reference there. So and then Pablo said, "So I was thinking, why not include Dusty in our music video?" So he kind of talks more about, again, the clothing. And then there's also, I don't know if you know this, Sam, but I found a TikTok that I really want us to watch real quick.
Okay.
Because they talk about how there's that one of their costumes is based off anime, and they're big on anime. They like anime. I think especially Ken. Ken loves it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Ken is really into anime, but all of them are really.
I love all of you for pointing out so much stuff. Like, literally, that's all I've been doing the whole day. Like, I've just been streaming it on repeat because of all the references. So, I'll point out the ones I noticed from you guys. This is so hype. Okay, first we got Hisoka. Oh, look at that. Who's the boss now? This is a shot from Hunter x Hunter. I almost missed this, but that's the Scout's outfit from AOT.
Yeah, Attack on Titans. I remember that.
My favorite part because it's super loaded.
I'ma beat you even if it didn't learn Kung Fu. One
Punch Man.
I know that anime.
Mob Psycho.
I feel like I've talked about One Punch Man before.
And look at I feel like Mob. My Filipino heart and my Owen heart are thriving right now. Stream for Hisoka Saitama, Levi, and Mob.
But yeah, so like, kind of like referencing the different anime right there. I've seen Attack on Titans before.
Yeah, I've seen parts of that one. I know I also played the game that came out for a while. And of course, I also make like a reference in the chorus to Bruce Be Proud and Walker, which is sort of the Bruce Lee with the
oh yeah.
Yeah, like that one. I think everybody grabbed that one really quick. Yeah, I feel like we didn't get to talk a lot about the lyrics. We did a little bit, but there's so much to unpack in the lyrics as well.
If you want to pick our next SB19 breakdown video, definitely go leave in the comments like what video you want us to break down and kind of look more into.
Yeah, there's definitely a few that we're also because especially with lyrics, like Bazinga is a great one for us to talk about lyrics, and I feel like we got to talk a lot of like some of what we were able to get from it. Because it's in English. But there are definitely a few MVs that I know we're looking forward to maybe having a guest in with us. Some of their very, very Filipino MVs, because, even though we can get a translation, we know we're missing a lot of context into Filipino culture sometimes. We're excited to get into more yeah, it's fun to break them down though. You know, I've done it a lot over the years, so to get to kind of hash it out with somebody is a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, and everyone can have different opinions too about what they can mean and everything. But it would be cool to do something like that. But if there's any like other Easter eggs or anything we missed in the music video, do let us know. Or if we were wrong on anything as well, like let us know. But yeah, I love it's kind of like their what video. They have so many iconic songs that will literally go down in history because it's just so good.
Exactly. Like I still love the Bazinga MV. It's still one of my favorites.
Yeah.
What's your decision time? Favorite part of the Bazinga music video?
Favorite part?
Favorite part.
I would probably say, ooh, my goodness. I just really like, them, when it's like the circus room and then those outfits, because, they're really just ready for battle right there. And I loved like how they're, like I said before, they're willing to like go straight into the battlefield and face everything that they're, even if it's scary, face the hate, face the criticism. At the end of the day, they know who they are. So.
And it's, the stages where we'll take them down.
Yeah.
I think for me, especially Ken with the baseball bat, it's just so iconic. I actually really wish the concept photo had been him with the baseball bat.
Well, it kind of reminds me, I just want to say this really funny thing, because during their last tour, Justin would either have like a sandal or a broom. He'd be like attacking everyone on stage. Well, in the behind the scenes of Bazinga, you have Josh saying like, I'm gonna hit Justin with his nose of the bat. So it's kind of like a full forward. I don't know. It's just kind of funny and fun to think about.
It's funny. And then Justin's like, "Oh, what is it made of? I don't want to break the bat."
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely Ken with the baseball bat, and then I think I love the cage scenes where they're in the cage, and Josh with the Joker card. I think it was iconic. I think there's such iconic moments, iconic screenshotable moments in Bazinga. So
thank you guys for watching. Definitely subscribe. We'll try and figure out a title for this, and we'll see you guys in our next breakdown video, hopefully here soon. So
yeah, we're excited for the next video, so we will see you all soon.
Bye.